How you doing, people? Robert here, aka Robess, Anti-Corruption Scotland. Another wee video to try and educate the people and waking them up to what's really going on, because there's not a lot of information out there explaining remedy now and how this fraud works. Now, the last video I spoke about the low admission zone and the £60 fines. Well, last month, in the month of June alone, they raked in over £175,000 for men and women that work hard for their equity, their wages. And this fine are based in fraud, constructive fraud, right? Now, the question I've got to ask, do the people get what's going on here? An entity, men and women that work for an entity called Glasgow City Council are fining people unlawfully. Now, bear in mind, the only thing is a court that can fine people. This is where people are misunderstanding. Now, council, let me be clear, there is no man or woman called council, and I can verify that 1,000,000%. They're using a fictitious name, and men and women that represent this fictitious name is escaping liability. As I keep telling you, and this is how you are getting screwed with a legal system, legal society. Now, it's also came to my attention, they raked in that amount of money last month. Well, this month they're going to rake in a lot more, and I'll tell you why. Because it's came to my attention, the fines can go up to anywhere from £60 to £480 a pop, right? So the question I've got to ask the people, do you get what's going on here? Or are you so far away with it, you're accepting the nonsense, right? Again, who's the man or woman making the claim that you owe money, that there is a contract, that they own the road? Is there a man or woman called council? That's the question that should be addressed, challenged. Now, this has to stop, people, right? And I'll tell you the reason why. Low admission zone has been implemented in Glasgow City Centre, and they're hoping to do this throughout Scotland, right? They've started, and it needs to stop. It requires to stop, and it requires to stop now. Think of it this way, people. This is a test to see how much these parasite scumbags can get away with to fuck over the people for money. No man or woman that represents a corporation known as Glasgow City Council has the power and authority over another man or woman to say that they own money. Now, when they put out headlines in the papers and on the news about these stupid implementations of rules, regulations and policies, they always use the terminology, the council says this, the council says that, a spokesperson for the council says this. Spokesperson is a fictitious office people use to escape liability. And the sooner that the people come to terms with this nonsense, the sooner remedy can be sought and a stop to this bullshit can be put in place and implemented to stop what's happening to the people of Scotland, the lands of Scotland. Now, I want to address controversy. What is controversy? Controversy is when you cause a problem. You either ignore something or you totally refuse to pay it. Now, that's a controversy. That's what gets you dragged into a court. That's what gets you into trouble. Now, fines, relating to fines. The man or woman, like for example, the CEO of Glasgow City Council is Anne-Marie O'Donnell. The guy that's in charge of the roads is Andy Mollen. In Glasgow City Council, within the city chambers, right? That's where the two donkeys operate, make up rules, regulations and policies. Now, remember this, people. This system has been devised and set up to rob the people. People work hard. Some people have got to do 2 or 3 jobs to make ends meet. Some people that is working and making money, wages are still going to food banks. Remember that, people. People forgot all this, right? People are still struggling, even though people are up with town buying this and buying that. But that's all going to come to an end shortly, right? Now, the thing to worry here, right, as I said the last time, it was cashless. If they get cashless and they get control of the food, the people are fucked. It's a fact. Now, they've implemented this nonsense called low admission zone, right? Nobody's making the claim to have the power or authority to do that because they use fictitious offices, fictitious names, right? Now, conditional acceptance, people. You have to address this matter. There's going to be a part 2 of this video. I'm going to give you some information relating to the scumbags in Glasgow City Parking Services and other places. And I'm going to give you their DUNS numbers, and I'm going to give you the names of the CEO. And what has to happen is just people have to write your letters and challenge the jurisdiction and the authority that they've got over the man or woman. And that's what you are, people. And this is what a lot of people out there don't comprehend. You're a sovereign man or woman. You have life, right? And that's a fact. You're not a person. Person is a created entity by the legal system, legal society, to screw the people. You're a corporation entity. Person has the same status, as I said in the last video, as corporation, like Glasgow City Council, NHS Scotland, Police Scotland. It's the same status. Person is the same category. Now, people have to stop paying these fines. And the reason they have to stop paying this fine is because you're giving your money away unlawfully, right? You're actually committing a crime against yourself and committing fraud against yourself because people do not challenge these fines. They have to be challenged, people. And I've just given you a couple of reasons right there and then in this video. Pay attention and listen to some man that knows what he's talking about, okay? I attack this system all the time, right? And I don't back down because I'm right and they're wrong. And the information I give the people out there is right and it's no wrong, it's no misleading and it's no misinformation. It's up to the people to listen to the information and implement it and challenge it. ABC rule, people. Accept nothing for scumbags in the legal system, legal society. They're all paid liars. Believe nothing for scumbags in the legal system, legal society. They're all paid liars and challenge everything. No matter how big or how small, everything is open to challenge. Now, people can draft up a letter, right, to find the Andy Mullins, the head of the roads, right? I'll get, as I said, there's going to be a part 2 of this. I'll give you the names and addresses and you can go ahead with this. One of the main questions that's got to be asked in your letters, you put them in a private capacity under full personal liability, and you ask the question, you want it verified there is a man or woman that has life called Glasgow City Council that is making the claim. And you also require proof of claim by evidence to show this. Now, if there is no man or woman called Glasgow City Council making the claim, they're committing fraud, writing words and conduct to deceive and defraud the people, right? Out of money, right? Now, look how easy they've implemented the low admission zone. So easy for them to do that because all the people are psycho-conditioned dummies, indoctrinated that don't know right from wrong and the truth from lies. That's the problem here. Plus the fact they don't know who and what they are. And that's another fact, right? And it's so funny. But it's not really funny because it's costing people money. It's costing people everything. Because they're getting robbed, raped and pillaged with a legal system, legal society. It's corrupt to the core. Now, if they kind of implement the low admission zone, right? Think of the chances they've got a digital ID, digital currency, 15-minute cities. That was the LEZ, low admission zone, was a doddle. So, again, it's a test. They're pushing, they're rocking the boat, people, to see how far they can go. And what we have to do is tip the boat and sink it. That's what we have to do, the people. A few people contacted me today, private messages, telling us about the thing in Fife. And they were disgusted with what they're seeing. People think that these people are out in the street doing what they do. It's a big game. This isn't a game, people. If these people implement what they're trying to implement, you've got a problem, right? And that's a fact. Major problem. They'll stop you from travelling. How can, if you've got a 15-minute city, people, you're going to need permission to leave the lands of Scotland for the entity known as council, something that doesn't have any life. It's dead speak, right? It's dead. It doesn't exist. It's a name, a fictitious name. And people have to realise this. It kind of breaks my heart when I've got to keep repeating myself in these videos to try and educate the people. Either people just don't care or they don't have faith in what I tell them. Well, I'm telling you, I'm verifying, I'm prepared to verify everything I say in any video under a charge of perjury, as I keep saying, in the lands of Scotland, in any court jurisdiction in the lands of Scotland, including the Court of Session, the Supreme Court or beyond, right? It's all fraud, people. You've been incorporated. Now, the fines. How does people manage to get tickets and fines through the door, right? The biggest majority don't know. They just accept it. How do you get the fine and the ticket through your door? Because the council pay a fee to the other corporation entity known as DVLA, Driver Vehicle Licensing Agency. And they're in cahoots because they get revenue for a corporation. I think somebody said the last time I went back it was £6, but I don't know if it's more than that. But they get a fee to give that information out. And what's happening here, people? The DVLA have the man or woman's name in their system, registered in their system. And it's the old capital name, an incorporated dead legal entity known as fiction, right? Person, right? And that's how they get away with what they do in the legal system, legal society, because they're on cahoots. The council, the DVLA, Police Scotland, all the entities, not the men and women that represent it, are committing fraud and crimes against the people. Every day, every hour, every week, every month, every year, and they're getting away with it because the people don't know how to deal with it. Well, people have to start stepping up to the mark and put a stop to this. So you remember this, people. This month, they're going to implement fines ending up to £480 for going through the low admission zone. So if you think £60 is bad, wait till you start paying £480 or just below, right? Then you'll see how bad it really is. This has to be challenged with every man and woman that has a private conveyance or a property known as car, not a vehicle, property known as car, right? People have the right to travel from point A to point B, right? And that's a fact, unhindered. Bear in mind, this low admission zone isn't a law, people, it's a rule, right? It's an ideology put onto people that there is climate change bullshit in Scotland. We've not got hurricanes, tornadoes, floods, like the rest of the world. And don't forget, these people have facilities all over the world to manipulate the weather. And that's a fact. And it's been shown time and time again, everywhere. They can manipulate the weather, people, right? And that's a fact. Don't be convinced with lies, deception and fraud, right? Please wake up, smell the coffee. Now, the thing as well, the entity known as DVLA is breaking the data rules, giving information to third-party interlopers, right? And that needs to be challenged as well with the CEO. I'm going to give you her name and address as well, people. The next video, part 2 of this, with specific information relating to all these parking services and all the rest of it. I'll give you their addresses, I'll give you their names, I'll give you the names of the CEOs, and it's up to the people to challenge. You have to challenge the jurisdiction and who is making the claim. There is no man or woman called DVLA, people, Driver Vehicle Licensing Agency. There is no man called Glasgow City Council or any other council, and there is no man or woman called Police Scotland. That's 3 prime examples. And the sooner the people comprehend and understand what I'm saying and pay attention to somebody that knows what they're talking about, then change will happen. But right now I don't see change happening anywhere in that street. It's like a circus out there as far as I'm concerned. The reason I wasn't at the town this weekend, people, was because I hear there are a lot of activities up the town with marches and other things, so it wouldn't have been viable to go up there today, right? So I need to get a strategy when I'm going to go and do what I've got to do. Now, people, please pay attention, right? And even more so, be very careful going through the Glasgow City Centre in the low admission zone, because you could get in up to a £480 fine. Unless we, the people, challenge this together. Notice of intent, Statement of claim, because these people represent these corporations. People don't have jurisdiction over a man or a woman, right? And any man or woman that represents these corporations will not come forward in his or her private capacity and make a claim that they have authority over yourself. It cannot be done, right? And there has to be a contract. These are all registered and done in Bradstreet. They'll tell you don't need a contract. Oh, aye, you do, right? Plus, everything in statutory legislations, I keep saying time and time again, is for the legal person. It says person. And the sooner the people, the sovereign people, the men and women, realise who and what they are, and that they're sovereign and they have life, change will happen. And that's what's important here, people. So what I'm going to say here, people, please pay attention to what's said in this video. Everything I tell you is the truth. It's true and accurate. Please share this video far and wide to your friends, family, neighbours, groups, everywhere, anywhere and everywhere, and get that information out to the people. Because this just doesn't affect the people in the lands of Scotland. This affects the people in the lands of England, Ireland and Wales, and it's the same principle. And this information will help to assist the people and try and help wake them up. Thank you for giving me time to be heard and watching this video. Your support and hopefully sharing this everywhere. It's important information, people. It's deadly serious what's happening here, and we can still nip this in the bud, including digital ID, digital currency, and also 15-minute cities. These people don't have this power or the authority to do what they're doing. So be clear on that, people. Anyway, people, you people take care, be safe, and have a lovely night with your family and friends, and do whatever you're doing and enjoy yourself. Okay? Take care, people. Be safe. And again, there's a part 2 of this coming up with information that's going to help you, and I'll explain a bit more in the video how to deal with this on the challenge. Okay, people? Take care, be safe, and thank you for watching.